Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 10th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's in a reversal pattern. It's still consolidating. It's still in a sort of a two-wave correction, all right, that we read, but it has printed a reversal pattern indicating that it will try to test the top of its range. What is this range? We did discuss this in a prior episode, that the top of this two wave is likely 58.3 or somewhere thereabouts. And now, first of all, let's not get ahead of ourselves. What are we going to say? What are we going to talk about today? Today, we're going to talk briefly about the reversal pattern that Bitcoin just printed, why the local bottom is in, most likely, and we're going to update on our link trade, our chain link trade. What's it doing? Did you take profits on the short? Hopefully you did. And where we can expect Bitcoin or chain link to go from here now that we've printed a reversal on that as well. All right, let's get into it. First and foremost, the reversal pattern. So first, let's just look very quickly at what happened, right? You always want to learn from what you saw. You don't just look over it. See if there's anything that you can, take away from what just happened, right? A pattern, a measurement, whatever. So we're just going to measure this ABC and see where it ended. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? We said, what did we say? I'm gonna put this in real quick. Maybe 2-3 episodes ago, I said that Bitcoin was looking like it was printing an ABC correction, and I incorrectly gave a target of, I think, 45.5. And I said, well, that's odd because it overshoots the 1, 2, 3, 6 of this ABC correction, right? We all know that C waves in ABC flat or zigzag corrections usually are projected to the 1 or 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, so I said, yeah, this looks like Bitcoin's printing this kind of ABC pattern, and well, it targeted between the 1 and the 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, I used pattern analysis to get to the target of the 45.5, I think 45.6, whatever I said. But it goes back to what I typically say, using math. Pattern analysis is also math, but using Fibonacci levels mixed with Elliott wave theory is usually tends to be more accurate, a more accurate predictor for targets than just doing pattern analysis. So that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6 level was respected. Now, is that this C wave projecting to the 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6 is something I tend to measure quite a bit. I've said this before on the channel. Sometimes I see it come to the 618. I've seen it go to the 786. It's not super consistent, right? But on the whole, we do get a lot of projections between the 1 and 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, and that also could be if I see something that projects to the 618 or 786. It may be a reader error. It may be user error. Okay, you can't always ascribe, hey, it didn't hit the target that it was supposed to it's not working. Sometimes that means you're just not reading properly, right? What you may read as an ABC may be something completely different, right? So I'm going to say that, okay, this is something else I put in the back of my mind. I see another ABC flat correction with the C wave projected to the 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6. Check, I got it, okay? So this is how you get better. You got to continually be testing, continually be reading, right? And putting to use these projections, these models that have been set forth, and seeing, okay, are they viable? Are they sort of are they dependable, right? Because who knows, if we had known that, well, it didn't really change much because we knew around where Bitcoin was going to fall, and we're not trading Bitcoin anyway. But if we were, it would have been very helpful to set a stop or something like that. Anyway, I digress. We printed a reversal pattern. Let me get rid of this. Point's been made. All right, this is our typical reversal pattern. I say this maybe once every other episode, right? The reversal pattern looks like a pitchfork. you get 3 touch points to the bottom on most time frames. I think 15 minutes and below you can see it. Sometimes 30 minutes and below you can see it. It depends on the degree, right? If it's a high, it's a big reversal, like the reversal we got in July or August, you'll see it on the daily time frame, right? But that 3 waves, or that it basically is an a B, and then a C, and the C projection is the first wave of the next impulse, and the safest entry is on the pullback. And this is where I like to enter. This is a safe entry. You're not catching a falling knife. You waited for the confirmation. This is clearly confirmation. Why? Because you're breaking the trend. Very simply put, for my trend line enthusiasts out there, the trend is this. This is the downtrend. This is the downtrend broken. This is the retest of that downtrend. Very simple. Keep things very simple. So we get in here and we can get more specific. Let's pull out our fibs. So right now, we can count this. This is a very simple wave to count. Or at least I think we can count it. How many times have I said that and counted it wrong? Who's counting, huh? 1, 2, 3. I count 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold up. Let's go to smaller time frames for a second. I want to see some definition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the end of 3. Yeah. So I see 1, 2, 3 just ended. We're about to print 4, and then I see we're gonna print 5, something like this. Okay. And I went to smaller time frames so I could count 5 waves in 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get kind of like an ending diagonal in the 5th wave of 3. Okay, and then we can just use Fibonacci really quickly to confirm this. Let's see. 5 is going to be, if this is the pullback for 3, the 382 around 48.6, right? Then 5 is likely to be the inverse 1618. So 5 is likely to end around here. Okay. So, you know, this is just math. You know, probabilistically, this is what it's going to look like. All right. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down. Okay. Obviously, we're not trading Bitcoin, but we anticipate that Bitcoin, and for those of you who don't know why we're not trading Bitcoin, is TLDR, we're in a holding pattern. We're in a 2-wave. It's a corrective mode. Even the pumps are restricted. It's not a safe place to trade. It's not a safe zone to trade. I personally don't trade corrections. Okay. 1, the gains aren't that great. 2, the price action is capricious. So that's the TLDR. Anyway, we expect Bitcoin to go and correct down to between the 0.5 and the 618. It can correct as shallow as the 382 and then continue. Okay. And so now let's zoom out. Let's use a little pattern analysis, and we can show that Bitcoin is likely to test the upper ranges of the upper limits of our range. Okay, so let's zoom out. Let's see. Okay, so here are 5 waves down. 1, or let's draw it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th wave flash crash, right? It was a 5th wave. Flash. It's just a 5th wave, an extended 5th wave, right? But, you know, a lot of people call it a flash crash, and that's fine. It was a flash crash, but it wasn't something that was out of the ordinary if you're just counting waves. Now, let's see. Taking that completed 5-wave price action and then taking the fibs from the top to the bottom. There we go. The top of our range probabilistically is 58.2, something like that. Okay. So Bitcoin will go most likely based on what it's just printed, which if it keeps going up here is going to print a W pattern, something like this, right? And the target of that is going to be from the top here to the bottom. Let's see, the bottom's here. The bottom's like here. Okay. So we're going to get close. So that it's going to get close to the upper limit of this two-wave correction, okay? So A, B, 1, 2, 3. That may be the end of the two-wave correction, okay? That may be the end. And that is something that we want to be careful about because remember, the three-wave is going to be heinous. The three-wave is going to be quick and really, really something. So it's likely that Bitcoin climb about 15, 16%, after which it gives us the decline that will let people know for sure. People who are not exactly sure that we're in a downtrend, they'll then know for sure. That's the point of the three-wave. The three-wave, all the market participants are in agreement that, okay, we are in a downtrend. Right now, they still think that there's a possibility that we breach this 58.3 or whatever it is and regain the highs, make a higher high. But so be careful with the other projects. This is going to be the last chance to exit. Okay, that's going to be the last chance to exit your projects after that 16% pump. It's because we're getting three waves, right? Let me erase this. Corrections happen in three. If you have your three waves, A, B, C, that's a simple correction. That's all you need. And that two wave will be complete. Okay, it's possible that we dilly-dally some more and we make it a complex correction. Okay, that would buy us more time. All right, so this would be a W, X, and then you would get a Y. And then if you wanted to dilly-dally some more, we can get an X2 and a Z. But just technically speaking, be prepared that this is the end of the two-wave correction. This is the biggest, sort of most helpful thing I can say, because that three-wave is going to hit people and it's going to be the most shocking thing to most people. Just like this five-wave, they thought this five-wave was a shock. They thought this five-wave kind of came out of nowhere. That three-wave is going to make grown people cry. It's going to make people quit crypto, right, who are overexposed. So be very, 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 very careful. After this 15, 16% pump that we're getting ready to have, right, to the top of the pattern, we're not getting to the immediate top, but close to the top of the range, it is possible that Bitcoin is finished in its two-wave, and the three-wave is going to be heinous. And what will it be? We don't know, right? You can get a three-wave as shallow as the 1 Fibonacci or as deep as the 2, right? But it's going to be it's going to be down into the 40s. Very simply. And it could reach the upper 30s, okay? So that's Bitcoin, right? Let's get into our link trade. All right, link. All right, hopefully you guys took profit on your shorts if you were short link, right? Some of us were short link and it was a great trade. Shorting it from, pretty high up there. Let's see. Now we've printed a reversal pattern just like Bitcoin. This is the safe way to long, right? And I lost a lot of money figuring this out. Let's go. So you get your reversal pattern, 3 touches to the downside. It's not always crystal clear on all time frames, but smaller time frames, you do see those 3 touches, and then you get your C wave impulse. That's clearly an impulse. We've clearly broken trend, right? Keep it very simple. You get out a trend line. And that's the break of trend, okay? And you want to buy, don't be that investor or trader. It doesn't matter if you're a long-term investor. If you buy with the trend, it's goofy, it's sloppy. You want to buy retests, okay? So if it's going up, you wait for it to come back down and continue trend. You buy it when it comes down instead of going up if you're not, kind of dollar cost averaging, if you're trading, right? So just like Bitcoin, we can count waves here, and it's not that complicated, or at least it shouldn't be. That's clearly a 1. That's clearly a 2. That's clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. That's clearly a 4 wave. And then 5 is going to come up here. We can approximate 5 using the inverse 1618 of the 4. And boom, that's where you should get your 5 waves. Okay? And so the entry for Link, the entry on the long I'm looking to make is going to be taking the fibs, because this is a 1 wave. It's going to be a 2 wave retrace, right? And the 2 wave we know can retrace to the 382, to as shallow as the 382, or as deep as the 618, okay? So I'm going to be looking to enter Link between 1985 and 2014, something like that, okay? And that, if Bitcoin is projected to pump 15, 16%, remember, this is our 3rd wave. Our first wave of the larger degree was here. And how do we know it was the first wave? It's because it respected, just like I said yesterday, the retrace. It could have come all the way. This is actually the first wave. The retrace could have come all the way here. Then it's not valid anymore. But it respected the 0.5 to the 618 fibs. It came down and turned around between the 0.5 and the 618 like we projected. So this 3rd wave is going to be, it's going to be crazy. If just doing, basic projection, if you want to approximate it, right? 3rd waves, and just ignore this. Let me just erase this for the time being. All right. Remember, this is the first wave. This is the flat correction. This is a C wave. This is the first wave of 5 waves up, right? And that's why we're trading Link for the month of December and maybe early January, but probably for the month of December, provided what Bitcoin's doing. All right, this first wave, to project the 3rd wave, you simply take your trend-based extension from the bottom of the first to the top and down to the second, and the second's going to end around, let's just say it ends around here, whatever. The 3rd wave goes to the 1618 to the 2. Okay, so this is where, and remember, when we're trading this, when we're longing the first wave, we had trouble counting as it was progressing. We're most likely going to have trouble counting as it progresses. So I suggest, once you make this entry, you set it and forget it. This is one of the hardest things to do as traders. We like to micromanage. Do not overtrade this. This can be, very simply, on the minimum, we're getting a 30% pump, okay, for Link. But we can get as high as a 60% pump, okay? So just let it go, right? Let it go up and down and up and down and up and down until it hits the target, until it's clearly hitting its 4th wave, retrace, and then, take profits. So this is what I'm planning to do. This is basically trader vacation, okay? We make our entry, our bulletproof entry at the bottom. We sell it at the top here, maybe, sell it at 4, and then enter again for wave 5 to hit our target. And then we'd have to go logarithmic to see, because our target's in the 50s and 60s, okay? So that's the market. That's Bitcoin. That's Chainlink. That's the episode. Like, share, and subscribe. Trade safe. Keep your losses small and your wins big. I'll see you guys soon.